Hi, this is Dave again. Welcome back. We're going to start talking about how the brands set their cost and the retail price. Continue that. So I want to set the stage again. The brands is a business, and they're in the business to make profit, shareholder value, and at the very top line, that's what they're thinking about, the very top of the company. As you get down into the product team, they're thinking about making the best running shoes they can possibly come up with. Some of it is about competition, some of it is about innovation and trying new things, trying to excite you about their running shoes. Back to the top of the company, I'm going to tell you just a short story. I was at one of the big brands, not going to talk about the brand itself, to do a presentation. I was staying at a friend's house. He worked at the brand. His wife and I would go out running in the mornings and then come back, and then he and I would head to the brand, and I would do my things, whether I was meeting with other people in the brand or doing a presentation. So one morning, she and I went for a run. It was dark when we left. We got back, sit down at the table to have breakfast, and there was this exasperated look on his face. And I said, "What's the problem?" An edict had come down from the bean counters. An edict saying, "You must do this," not "we'd like you to do this." So the bean counters are the ones that are looking at profit and shareholder value. And it basically said, you need to take 15 cents out of every single product. It went to everybody in the company involved in product. That's what happens at a brand. Edicts come down. But at the product level, that's not what they're thinking about. They will do what they have to do based on what they're told. But at the same time, they're trying to make the best running shoe at the very best price and make it good for you. But let's look at the general breakdown. The brand is making a product at a cost, and they have a target retail that they're trying to hit because that's the market price. Let's use the Saucony Ride as an example. The market price for the Saucony Ride is $130 because the Ghost is $130, because the New Balance 880 is $130. That's the market price. Saucony is going to build a shoe at a cost that they can sell to a retailer that gives them the operating margin that pays for all the other things that we talked about, all the outside costs, marketing, athletes, salaries, buildings, all that stuff. So the difference between what they sell it to the retailer and what it costs them, that's their margin. The retailer then puts it at retail price, and that's the retailer's margin. So that's how the shoe gets priced. So it's pretty simple. Shoes like the Endorphin Pro or the Vaporfly Next Percent or Alpha Percent have been a boon to the running shoe companies because they can build a shoe at a much higher retail price. There's no doubt they're probably making a little bit more money off a shoe like the Endorphin Pro because the market has said you can charge X for that shoe because Nike set the price, right? And that allows them to take a lower margin on a shoe like the Ride or the Brooks Ghost. And they will hold price. They will hold that $130 price and take lower and lower margins as labor prices go up until it becomes too much. As long as they can build shoes like this, and as long as they can build shoes that go to Kohl's and Deichmann's in Germany that are super high volume shoes in running that will never be running because they're just foot coverings and people buy them for their kids to go back to school and for all the other things. So as long as they can build huge business there, they will take shorter margins to make sure that you get value in your running shoe. They will take a shorter margin. So they've got the super high end that they can make slightly more money on, and they have the very lower end that through volume they can make a lot of money on. And as long as they're doing that, they'll hold running shoes for runners pricing pretty stable. Before I go and leave this topic, I might have led you to believe that the price of building this shoe is the same as the price of building this shoe, and it's not even close. The mold costs on this Endorphin Pro are astronomical. The mold to build this midsole it's a huge injection mold with all kinds of ports all around it. It's really expensive piece of equipment, and that has to go into the overall price of the shoe. So this Pebax midsole is the most lively midsole you'll ever run in, at least to date. But there's a cost to being able to do that. The second thing, the carbon fiber plate, there is a mold cost for sure. And the glass carbon fiber is more expensive than the nylon fibers. So there's no doubt that that carbon fiber and that mold, because it's not a flat mold, they created their own mold. It's an expensive piece. So the overall cost of building this shoe is much higher than the overall cost of building this. But because they can charge a heck of a lot more money for it, their margin percent and their margin dollars are going to be higher. That's easy to understand. So I just wanted to clear that up. They're not like raking in profits on this shoe, but they are making slightly more money off this shoe than as a percentage as they would this shift. It's a lot to worry about, to think about. The end result is you don't really need to worry about it. You want quality. Some of you want it today, the latest and greatest. Some of you just want a really good solid shoe that you can run in for a long time and be confident in it. And some of you are never going to change your mind. You're never going to pay full price for a shoe. You're always going to buy it on discount. And that's okay too. Thanks a lot for watching. If you got any questions, comments, I'm sure this is going to drive comments. Leave the comments below. Have a great run. Talk to you next time.